righty. Well, speaking of being laid out, and we won't spend too much time on this, but just to acknowledge, because of all the people sending us tweets and screenshots so that we'd cut a promo on the poor old fella again. And I'm not. Uncle Dave is off his meds again on Twitter, and apropos of nothing, apparently he argued with random fans about me for several hours the other day. And the only thing I can say is Tony Khan liked my swimsuit picture on Facebook, and now Uncle Dave's drawing black cats on my pictures. He's regressed to being a 14-year-old girl in 9th grade. I guess he'd have been left back once if he was. Well, he probably was.
Well,
I don't know.
Depends on when your birthday is in the calendar year. That's when you know how old you would be. You know, I was young for my age. I was 13 in 9th grade, but 14.
You were young for your age?
In school, in grades. I was always the youngest one in my grade.
Rewind it. Don't try to justify that nonsensical statement you just made. You can say I was I was young for my grade.
I was young for my grade.
You cannot say I was young.
I was young for my age. This time machine I had built had fucked everything up. But that's why you could possibly be 14 and in 9th grade.
I don't know. I think, honestly, you know, I've known Uncle Dave for a long time, and since we were kids, as a matter of fact, and when he graduated 6th grade, he was so excited he could hardly shave without cutting himself.
If he reacts like this for whatever else is going on, how do you think he's going to react when Tony shows you his tits?
Oh, my gosh. Shh, don't say anything. there was that one little time that we were playing Sticky Finger, and
it's so weird. Anytime people just start praising you, all of a sudden, this voice just comes out. No, not him.
You don't understand. I thought this was settled last year. I thought I told you that you can't listen to anything he says because he's out of touch.
Unfortunately, everyone listens. Sorry.
But it's like Steve Allen. Do they get your program in Cleveland? Well, they watch it. I'm not sure they get it.
That's great. That's right.
Oh, boy. But you know what, Brian? I think that if somebody spends all their time on Twitter arguing with random people that they don't know about someone else that they used to know until he told them to fuck off, maybe they should get a painting made of themselves and that person to put on the wall, and that way they could have memories of that great relationship. What do you think?
What an interesting concept. I think it's a great idea. The question becomes, if that person did in fact get that painting, would it be the two people as they are now, or would it be them in their younger days, footloose and fancy-free?
Well, you could really pick, although now that I think about it, if he was to put a painting of me as I appear now on his wall, I would probably have to sue for infringement on my intellectual property. But nevertheless, I'll tell you what you can do, folks. You can get a portrait of your life as it was, as it is, or as you would like it to be. And imagine how much territory that takes in, courtesy of the folks at paintyourlife.com. And the reason I bring this up is because I got an email right here from Jack from Ipswich in the United Kingdom. Ipswich is a very lovely place. I believe we drove through there when I was over there. Anyway, Jack from Ipswich says, hearing the vocal intercourse between you two, meaning me and you, Brian, gives me hours of laughter and really calms me. But he also went on to say that I lost my mother at the very end of 2017, and through the fine sponsor you have at Paint Your Life, I got my dad an amazing gift as an oil painting of my mother. It meant a ton to me not only to see him love the painting, but to see both of you guys retweet the picture I posted of the painting and his subsequent reaction to it. You remember we did that a couple weeks ago.
No, it was longer than that. I think that was even longer ago than that.
It might have been. Well, we've done a couple.
Yeah.
So this may have, one or the other. But anyway, thank you, Jack. And that's what Paint Your Life does, as we've mentioned. They've got a team of world-class artists that you can work with till you get the details down. They've got a user-friendly platform, much like the new JimCornette.com. It's so friendly, it's positively overt, even forward. But anyway, it might even be on the verge of grabbing you on the ass when you're not looking.
Puts its own phone number on the bathroom wall.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you what. And you just go in bathrooms and write paintyourlife.com on the wall of the bathroom.
Paint it.
You don't need numbers like that anymore because you can create your own reality right here. Anyway.
Don't write it on the walls, though. Paint it on the walls.
Well, paint it, write it. Paint Your Life might paint the walls, but if you're just going in the bathroom to shit and write stuff on the walls, you've probably just got a ballpoint pen or maybe a Sharpie. You're not going in there completely prepared with an easel and a palette, all the different paint colors.
That's our next art contest for the website. The bathroom stall painting contest.
There you go. Well, Paint Your Life won't paint your barn, but it will paint your life. And you can write paintyourlife.com on the walls of bathrooms to give more people the idea. I don't know what they might want painted, but hey, you know what? It's your life. Anyway, folks, you can receive that portrait of you or your little dinghy or whatever you require in as little as 2 weeks. And you can send any picture of yourself, your children, your family, a special place. A lost loved one, a cherished pet, a shot of you in action. That's actually what it says on the copy. I'm not sure what kind of action you'd be performing, especially if you got this fucking website off a bathroom wall. But nevertheless, we haven't really pushed them on candid photography, folks, but they take pictures and they make paintings out of them, and you can combine generations of your family. And people who weren't in the same place at the same time from numerous pictures, photographs, and you can make a painting out of that, or they can. You're still in the bathroom. Anyway, folks, if you go to paintyourlife.com, there is no risk. There is absolutely no risk at paintyourlife.com because they put those toilet seat covers down, and I'm back to the bathroom now. There's no risk here either. Everything's covered. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, you can get 20% off your painting. 20%. That's double 10% off and free shipping. To get the special offer, though, you got to text the word DRIVE, DRIVE, to 64,000. That's DRIVE to 64 with 3 zeros behind it. DRIVE to 64,000. And that way you get 20% off, the free shipping. Create your own reality, folks. Take some psychedelic drugs and just think of something you'd like as a picture, and get pictures of your family and put them on the goddamn spaceship with the Robinson family in Lost in Space. That might be mushrooms. If you're going for the Owsley acid, like they had it at Woodstock, you'd probably want something more colorful. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know I just want to say for the record, Paint Your Life in no way endorses any sort of drug use or has anything to do with the use of drugs. I guess unless you're in a place where it's legal, and there are places now that are legalizing psychedelic drugs, actually.
Well, see, make your painting there. Paint yourself.
I need to do my show there. Get yourself
painted in a place where you did the psychedelic drugs and relive that trip. Anyway, folks, I'll guarantee you one thing, terms apply, available at paintyourlife.com/terms. But you can text DRIVE to 64,000 and save some fucking money. So do that.
And let us see your paintings, whatever you get. Let us actually see the work.
Or send us your drugs, one or the other.
No. Do not send drugs in the mail. Do not associate drugs with this fine product, which is Paint Your Life. Terms apply at paintyourlife.com.
What are those terms? Have you ever read them?
You know, I haven't. We should probably read them on the air one of these days.
Hold on. Let me click these things.
No, you're not.
Oh, geez. The type is so small. It's a bunch of stuff about your submissions and that they'll take care of them.
All right.
But it's not for children under the age of 16 years, this website. Please do not use or visit the site. There's no candid photography or nudity or pornography. They just don't want you little rugrats stealing your parents' credit cards and trying to get by with something. So anyway, terms apply.